Okay, so we're going to look at this D pattern. In actuality, we do have to play a single string shape there, and then S3XL, and then start at the bottom part of an S4L pattern. So D's going to start like D always starts. Okay, so it's on the second. I can play it an octave lower than up here. So it'll start here. So the short pattern will go down here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, which is going to be what? It's going to be a, whoops, that's the little menu board for the drawing tool. It's going to start S3L, S2L, S1D. That's the short pattern. Okay, I'll line this back up. Short pattern, S3L, S2L, warp up, S1D. So you're going to play an S1D in the D pattern no matter what. Okay, now in the C pattern, S2L, S3L, S1C on the top. Okay, G pattern, diatonic, it's going to be a big S5L, and then G shape on the top, G, S1G. So see, every pattern almost has a single string shape. Let's look at the A pattern. That might not have one, but it does. It has a double string shape on the bottom and the top. Single string shape, S4L, S1A, S1A. Long pattern, I'm going to start in S3XL, A, S3XL, then we go into an S4L as much. We're going to play it out. Notice we don't have a single string shape there. So A in the long pattern doesn't have a single string shape, but it does have a double string shape in the short pattern. So it makes up for it. E, we'll look at E, short pattern on the E. Now I might want to review my short pattern on the E. Now I can't find that, but it comes right after the C. Yeah, no, not right after the C. You got A there, and you got the D, and C, A, G, E. You got the G pattern way down here. Okay, so short pattern on the G, on the I should know this, but short pattern on the, it's going to start with an you can do it from start with an S4L and then go into this 5, 6, 7 root 2 thing. I revised that and I just said start with an S1E. Why not give it, give it its string shape base, S1E. Why not start it on a single string shape and then go S2L, S3L. Then we get to play that whole S3L, because if we go right into an S4L there, we've only got a partial S4L here, and I decided if we're going to use partials, I mean, we're not doing the long patterns, which the partials are easier, we might as well use single string shapes to fill in the gaps. Let's just look at the long pattern for E. Notice we have the E short pattern, and then we have the D, because C, A, G, E, D. So we have the D shape, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, that kind of stuff. We just played that. The long pattern for the E is no longer than the first two cages there. And it's going to be, for the E, we're going to start on root. Why? Because E shape starts, it doesn't start on root, it starts on the 7. But we always start the E on the root. It's just something that we're used to doing. And remember, you're always going to start the long pattern on the bar. So for the E, it's going to be, I could play it down here, octave down. This is my octave. So we got top part of an S3XL, and then into an S4L. Sound like a bullfrog there. So that's what's good In the E shape, you know, we could look at the modal relationships. With our E box, it opens up 2 cages, and we'll be talking about this maybe when we do a modal study later on. What are the 2 cage modes in the guitar now, not in the violin? The violin, I had to use double string shapes because they were in fifths. So the patterns had to be double string shapes. Now we're looking at double string shapes because they can double for the long pattern. Look how it works out. Now we have to go up on the bar if we're going to do the short pattern E. So this is an octave up. Now the E again is going to be it's going to be S1E and then S2L, S3L. So it'll be like this. It'll be S1E. Now we do hit the 7th because we can do that. We don't have a bar here anyway. And then we go into, all right, the next shape up is going to be the D shape. With that tripentatonic D, we do hit the 4th because we want to do a full string shape on the top. That's D. Okay, so it's tripentatonic. And yeah, we need that 4th too because the 4th of D shape is G shape. So there's our G shape, 4th of the D shape. Okay, we're not saying that D shape is anything more than what it is. You know, it's a root D shape. 4th is G shape, and A would be the 5th would be A shape, 2, 5, 7, or a G in the key of C. So there we have it. Now, what kind of modal relationships? So we're doing this in the future. We'll be looking at the modal relationships for 2 of the short patterns. You know, but and we've got 2 modal circles here to deal with. So that's going to be fun, but we're not going to get into that now, except to say that, say for D minor, which is going to be 2, 4, 6, that D minor here is going to be E minor shaped. So here's 6, 2, 4, which is a second inversion, D minor shape. Okay, D minor, E minor shape, D minor, sorry. Okay, so we're going to start here with 4, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 2. Straight up. It's going to be, where would that be? With the D, you can do it down here lower. It's going to be 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 2. Right there. With the tuning warp, it's a nice 3 to the bar up here. So that's what the 2 string shapes give us. In many cases, is a nice arpeggio there. So we'll be looking at that in the future. So let's zoom out. This is going to be the end. Now let's talk about the Facebook link and all that stuff, maybe. So I got it up here. This is the this is for the lesson today. I can't seem to get it on the screen here. I guess this has moved me around. Yeah. See, you know, good things can happen sometimes. Good things can happen here. So I got a big long discussion here, but get down to the Facebook page. Get on down to my Facebook group page. All you need is an established Facebook account. You can't have a new Facebook account with just your name and not who you are, where you're from, any pictures, any friends. You gotta have a few friends. So work on that if you want to join Facebook. I've been there with them for years, and I didn't want to do them at first, but I did, and they're great. I've connected with all my friends back at home and in other places. So what you do is you just take here's the Facebook groups link page right here. You take this, you put it into the URL, and then you put this into the URL after the slash. Okay, then you go there, and you'll be at Andy's free guitar chart videos. If you have an established Facebook account, request entry into the group.